Greetings guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to the Amazing Plant Project. My name's Kate, and today we are unboxing, I suppose you could say, herbarium samples. Now, today we're just going to be doing this guy. And in here I've got some smaller bits of plant material that I put in while doing field work. So I put them in about 6 months ago, so they've been in for a while, but not like an insane length of time. Now, if you would like to see it, leave a comment down below and hit the like button. Maybe hit the subscribe button while you're at it, and the bell icon next to it, just to make sure that you don't miss it when I actually upload. But I've got a botanical flower press from the 90s. Now, this guy has not been touched since about 1996. So I remember being 7 or 8, and we were on a family trip and put flowers and other plant material in here to press it, and it's still in there. It hasn't been opened since. So it's kind of a time capsule of Southwest US mid-90s flora. So I'm gonna film that. Let me know if you want to see it, because really it needs to come out of there. I have a vague idea of some of what might be in there. I don't know what condition anything's in, because it's been a while. So, this is for next time. This is for now. And let's get on with the video. Alright, so the notebook. Alright, so I've got this one. And I purposely just tied it so that it was easy to undo, because when you're tying up the herbarium samples, it's just a matter of keeping it shut enough that it's not going to go anywhere. So, yeah, and then this particular one already has a elastic band, so you just undo that. And, alright. I think this is, yeah, this is catnip. Which, let me just say, if you have catnip, whether it's fresh, dried, whatever, try and keep it away from your cats, because they go nuts over that stuff. Mostly. There's some that don't, but most do. Okay, now you can kind of see in here how one leaf is darker than the other. And here this one is darker and these two are lighter. That's because this is the back side of the leaf, this is the top. So same here. These two are the back side, this is the top. And when you're doing samples like that, you only get one view of it. So you want to make sure that you can see both parts of the leaf at a glance. And ideally, when you're doing samples of plant material like that, it's still a little bit flexible. So basically, if you touch it like this and it crumbles, it's too dry. I have this thing. Pick up one plastic bag, and now there's random bits all over my hands. Okay, we're clear. Okay, so catnip. And the same. There you go. So you've got top side, bottom side, top side, bottom side. See? So the top side is thicker and it covers the veining. The bottom side is kind of thinner and you can see the veining more defined because it's protecting it from the sun. It doesn't need the protection because it's on the bottom. Now, let me know in the comments below if you want to see the process of making a press, especially like this one. I had an idea to make one and share it with you guys if you want to see it. Now this one is a bit of an older leaf. You can tell because the younger leaves are focus. There we go. You can tell because the younger leaves are more defined and a lot more solid of a color, whereas the older leaves are kind of pale and spotty. And this is just more of the catnip there. The titling in here. Ethnobotanical Observations, Mini Herbarium. And I will point out that when you're doing something like this, you want to make your notes in pencil so that you can erase if you need to. Okay, here we've got some hyssop, or hyssop, depending on where you're from. And unlike the catnip that did not have any accessible flowers because it just wasn't in bloom, the hyssop has, if I can get it, the hyssop has visible bluish purple flowers. You can see right here. And I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. When you're doing samples like that, you need to make sure that the flowers and flower parts are easily discernible because it's going up against a background like that, and that the leaves are identifiable too. Now, because I don't have the notes for it and I might get this one confused, I'll just leave that in there for right now. And, okay, here we go. Actually, no, I'll take the hyssop out. Just because as I'm flipping through, I might inadvertently end up messing with the plant material. Okay. And fun facts of the day. Hyssop, or Hyssopus officinalis, is used as an antiseptic and cough reliever, and it's the leaves and flowers that are used for that. The catnip here, I believe this is from, this is from a different cutting, because I started with the hyssop and moved down and then found the other leaves, but you can see in there and if done right, it should end up really flat. But you can see the catnip flowers that are the white right in here. That's the flowers. And again, all the leaves except a few are going a particular direction. Now, when it's flattened this much, sometimes you lose certain identifying factors, like catnip and all members of the mint and nettle family actually have a square stem, and it's kind of, well, if it focuses, there we go. You can see that it's not square anymore. So that one can go over there. And catnip is a mild relaxant. Okay, now pitcher sage can grow to be a huge plant, but it's all based on, okay, let's see. It has there's a base stem, basically, that all the rest of the shoots grow out of. Where did I put the tweezers? Aha, there we go. Alright. And depending on how intricate the plant material is, you might end up wanting to use forceps or tweezers or something of that nature. And come on. Okay. So down here's loose. Right. Okay, now, much as I don't like it, sometimes, background's just moving everywhere, sometimes pieces do break off, and the trick to dealing with that is just to save everything, and when you're actually putting it together on the sample sheet, to glue them down where they're supposed to be, basically. Because it happens rather a lot. Okay. That is a lot flatter than I thought it would be when I put them in there. And as the name suggests with the pitcher sage, they are a pitcher flower. And I'm actually kind of surprised. You can still see some of the bright purple in there. Usually the purples and blues kind of fade, but it's still there. Alright, so I'll put that over there with this bit. And pitcher sage is used as an antibiotic and antimicrobial. Okay. Now, borage here is a favorite of mine. Just because. Alright, so that's the borage. Now, this one is rather easily recognizable. This is an oak. If it focuses, there we go. And it's a bit cracked, but then it was kind of dry already when I put it in there. And for anyone who likes beer or alcohol in general, likes growing things, this would be of interest to you. So this is hops. And the heart-shaped leaves right here are what they usually look like. And another way to do the front and back is to just fold over part of it there. That's the flower. There we go. So that is the flattened top of the flower, so like the very end of the bud. And that would be the, where's it? Come on. That would be the base of the flower. And this is another example of a hops flower. This is when they got pressed from the side instead of the top down. So you can still see the kind of scalloping that happens naturally with the flowers. And okay, it's even more prevalent on that side. Alright. And it's actually focusing. Yay! Alright, so my camera keeps overheating, so I'm going to try and go a little bit faster. There's not all that much left in here, so yeah. I don't remember what this one is. Yeah. I don't remember what this one is. If I can remember what it is, or well, if I can figure it out, I'll put the name right here, but the name is escaping me right now. So that can go right there. And I know there's at least 2 more in here. Okay, it looks like this is another of the pitcher sage. Right there. And this one is, once again, kind of a pain. So, alright, and the last one is this guy, which I remember being from a catnip. And it's got focuses, there we go. It's got the square stem from the catnip, but then it's also got, if I can pick it up, then it's also got some of the seed pods, like from the pitcher sage. So I'm thinking it's a pitcher sage. So it looks like it's probably a little farther down the same branch that this one came from. Yeah. If the borage didn't make it to the recording when I was on that section, let me just get the flower up here for you, because I think they're pretty cool flowers. But come on, there you go. Alright, so bees go nuts over these. But when the flowers are blooming, it's a really bright blue, enough that you can still see the blue there. And the stamens, these guys, are kind of pointed down, and the petals kind of come up behind them. I have a dedicated video and a blog post about them that's going to come out soonish. Alright, so we've got the pitcher sage, the hyssop, the oak, the catnip, the mystery currently, the hops, and the borage. Which one's your favorite? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Mine's a bit between the hyssop. Oh, you can really see the blue in this light. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. That is cool. But it's my favorite for this round at least is between the hyssop up here, the catnip, the oak, catnip, the oak, the hops, the borage. Well, let's suffice it to say that I just like all of them. I am particularly fond of the borage just because the bees like it so much and it's nice to look at. But all of them have pretty fantastic properties, so there is that. And to the end card. Alright, so we explored what's in here, and what was your favorite out of a lot of them? I'm kind of partial to the borage just because the bees really like it and it's good for them and the rest of the environment and decent food source. So, more on that later. But make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more interesting content like this, and click the bell icon to make sure you're notified when I upload, and hit the like button for good measure. Share it if you want to. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. So, hope you're having a happy Easter, everybody. See you later. Bye.